take it off of your hands. So. Oh man, I love it. So Richard, as we wrap up here, is there anything, any last remarks, anything that came up last minute, thought-wise, that you wanted to share or leave the legacy ninjas just to kind of chew on and think about?
No, of course. Well, first is I want to thank you again for this time. It was an excellent show, and we shared so much, and you guys are just so much fun. So this is amazing. But to your amazing audience, I want people to stand up and have their chin up and shoulders out, and shoulders up and chest out. But do me a favor, you have to be true to yourself. Because at the end of the day, when your head is on your pillow or you're looking in the mirror, you have to at least look at yourself in the mirror. Because if you have a problem doing that, then we got things to really talk about. But I wouldn't tell you to be rash and just leave your job and follow a dream. I think you might want to try a side gig or dip your toe in the water and test it out a little bit. Or maybe get outside of your bubble and speak to a stranger. Because you're not going to be prejudged, and this individual might give you some actual balls and strikes and tell you something. Because if you keep speaking to the same individuals, naturally you're going to get the same responses. And so I'm not telling you to go bother strangers down the street, but if you're having a beer, speak to a bartender. If you happen to be sitting next to somebody somewhere just for a minute, you might have that sort of connection. And some of the best advice I've received in life have been from perfect strangers that I've never met before, that might have seen me pondering something, or I'm pacing, or just out of not desperation, but being able to vent or just to speak. I will strike up a conversation with somebody. And it's usually someone that's older and wiser. And I used to do this a lot in college. When I'd be at the gym, for an example, there'd be someone working out next to me. I'd find out about themselves. And I'd say, hey, let me ask you a question. Post-grad, what do you think about this? Or what happens if a girl breaks your heart? Just to see what they got to say. And today, it's almost the reverse, where I'm the wise one. And people are coming to me for questions. And so what I try to do is to give not just the best advice, because I don't know if it's the best for them, but I can give them advice that has made me successful, and discuss certain choices I made that got me here, and other choices that, like in the book, Choose Your Own Adventure, where you fall down the trap door and story ends. And so I have to give both sides of the story so they know what's hot and what's cold, and what's safe and what's dangerous. And so my suggestion for your audience is, once again, to expand their network and to start asking questions and opinions of people that might give you, as you were mentioning before earlier, which was great, a different perspective on your position.
That alone could just be the whole episode, because I think the fact of people taking the time and not being fearful of the perspective of others, the opinions of others. But we have everybody that there's a lot of people that want the yes spin. They want people that will resonate. They want the echo chamber, which doesn't do anybody any justice. And so that piece right there alone, we could have just had the whole episode right there, because that is a needed nugget for people to really tap into and hold on to.